Here today that we had forgotten. That is why he removed every other person who is supposed to have retired. He retired them. He has retired several DIGs, AIGs, CPs in the last 2 months, but he has refused to retire himself. Whereas in Nigerian country, security is going down. Absolutely. As you are aware, over 60 persons were killed in Plateau State last week.
Absolutely.
It is after they were killed that Egbetokun decided that he will mobilize the tactical squads. What happened to intelligence gathering? Is it the intelligence department only for tracking social media critics of the government? How is it that the Nigerian police force cannot gather intelligence and know that 60 people will be massacred in Plateau? The same thing happened in Katsina. We are hearing today that the Borno governor has come out and said they are losing Borno State to Boko Haram all over again. And you have an IG who is retired and tired, who has refused to leave office. We are not pleading with the police or trying to play to the gallery. And we are also not trying to patronize anybody in the police. But the police force deserve new blood to manage the Nigeria police force. Absolutely. Others who are trained, who have risen through the ranks, who are supposed to become IG, deserve to become IG.
Absolutely. Exactly.
If Tinubu is so much in love with Egbetokun and cannot do without him, he can make him, after his retirement in 2004, the manager of NURTW to deputize for Oluomo.
Absolutely.
But anybody that's retired don't have a right to wear the Nigeria Police Force uniform anymore. That is why we came here today again to remind him. And as you can see, this is the irony of Nigeria. These are two retired police officers. This one retired as an inspector, and because he couldn't cope with his retirement entitlement and benefit, he continued to be a police officer. He was arrested for illegally operating as a police officer. This one also has retired 24 September after reaching 25 years as a police officer, and he has also refused to leave. But the irony is that he continues to enjoy the office here where this man is in jail. That is why we are using this as our own benchmark for comparison of how Nigeria has been illegally treating themselves, all these officers. And it's our position, we stand with police well-being.
Absolutely.
But we have also said it, that in standing with the police, if the police misbehave, any police officer in this country, they will hear from us. No police officer has a right to abuse anybody's right. But we also have a duty to protect the police and ensure that they get the best benefits and entitlements as police officers in the country. Exactly. We want to ensure that every policeman, upon retirement, gets 100% of their retirement benefits, just like AIGs, DIGs, and also the illegal IGPs enjoying today. Absolutely. So, Egbetokun must go.
Egbetokun must go.
Egbetokun must go.
Egbetokun must go.
IGP must go.
Illegal IGP
must go.
Egbetokun
must go.
Egbetokun must go. Egbetokun must go.
The AG by the AG.
The 1999 constitution that the military established made it very clear that the retirement age of everybody in public service is 35 years after being in service, or 60 years, or having reached the age of 60 years. So there is no other way. There's no other explanation. There's no way you can change the law after the man has retired. The law they are referring to was changed after he had retired. The same AGF said this as of 2024 September, I think somewhere in 2024, that Egbetokun is leaving September 2024. So, but we are not here because of the AGF. We are here because this Nigeria police force here must be properly run by people who are competent and are not tired. That's why we are here. The office here cannot be operated illegally. And the reason we are interested in the police is because the police is the most powerful security agency in this country. They also have the highest number of personnel. So they cannot be mismanaged or managed by somebody who is not supposed to be in the police force. That's as simple as ABC. No AGF can decide that for us. Even Tinubu cannot tell us that. Exactly. That is why the Nigerian country is going down in terms of security, because you have a guy who is tired and who has retired, who has refused to leave. The morale in the police is dead because of Egbetokun. The policemen are no longer willing to risk their lives because they know they have no future. Oh, yes. If you enter the police as an ASP, your goal is to become IGP, right? Yes, sir. So when are you going to become IGP when one IGP refuses to leave after he has retired? When are you going to become DIG? When are you going to become AIG? When are you going to get promoted from inspector to anywhere if the man at the top holds your destiny? So it's not just a matter of law, it's a matter of fairness, it's a matter of practice and tradition. And this applies to any other person who is holding positions in the security forces. The moment you are retired and you are tired, you have to go. It applies to, I heard the woman also in, what's it called? Immigration had her tenure extended. She has no right to have her tenure extended as well, even though her own extension is till next year. But we're against it, even if it is for one day. And let's make it very clear, after Egbetokun is kicked out of the police, Egbetokun must eventually return every salary he received that, you know, over and above September 4th of 2024.
Yeah, I have two questions.
Yes.
One, is there anything that he has done besides the fact that the government has extended his tenure that you think he should go? Two, are you not crying more than the bereaved because there's no police officer today that is not happy with the extension?
The police officers in Nigeria cannot express their unhappiness because of the situation they have found themselves. They are not allowed to unionize. One of my positions is that police officers must be allowed to unionize in this country so that they can collectively bargain for their rights and conditions of service. But they are not allowed. So, but if you go and take a poll among police officers here, if you walk into even this place, they will tell you that they are not happy with the situation of Egbetokun. We talk to them. They talk to us. So they know that the man is killing the police force. And I just expressed to you, because you asked another question, that what has he done apart from not retiring? Are you not hearing about what happened in Plateau State and Katsina State? Over 60 people were killed in Plateau State. Egbetokun is just deploying tactical forces this morning. That's what they say he will do. He will deploy the tactical groups after 60 people have already been killed. Because the man has no idea how to run the Nigerian police force. Borno State is back in the hands of Boko Haram. Don't let anybody deceive you. It is not the job of the army to be fighting internal security. It's the job of the police. But the police that is headed by a person who is tired and who has retired cannot have the morale to fight crime or fight insecurity or terrorism. That is what we are saying. That you cannot hold the destiny of Nigerian police force and its institution to one man who himself is dying, in my view. That's why we have the situation that we have in Nigeria today. So there's no question about the fact that the man has no idea and the country is deteriorating in terms of security.
Mr. Soweri, that's why I like this man, Mr. Soweri, for his resilience. He doesn't get tired. I know this is not a new story. It's not new again about Egbetokun refuses to leave office. This started since last year. Everybody, Soweri said the same thing. The protest against that next year. Nothing happens about it because Tinubu asked him to stay. Now again, he's doing the same thing. He doesn't get tired. He's somebody that is, in fact, he's always everything. He wants to do everything right. He's there. He's here. He's there to make sure things is right. The way he's speaking, if we have people like that, activity, the way he's doing his own activism, people like that coming out to do the same thing, like the life of Fayemi that time, wasn't it? That time. So it's the same thing this man is doing. So it doesn't get higher. No, until the right thing is being done or what we are advocating for is being, if the government listen to us and do the needful, do what we're asking him to do. That's when you stop. Otherwise, it continues. And we need this kind of people to speak for the masses, at least for government to hear. Even if they have a deaf ear, they carry cotton wool, broke their ears, they don't listen. At least we still need people like this to come and speak, especially when people are being oppressed. They have no voice to speak. Do you understand? And now look at what is going on across the region. The country's insecurity is taking over. Now, don't forget, the Plateau State governors had just cried out that Boko Haram is taking over again. He's taking over Plateau State again because of the killing. You know how many people has been reported killed so far now because of this. I am waiting for the federal government to declare a state of emergency because the Plateau State now is definitely in need of declaration of emergency. So Tinubu needs to declare a state of emergency in Rivers State because we lost over how many people now? 60 something gone. Nobody. There was no report of loss of human being in Rivers State. There was nobody aside from that yes, that blew off. So there's no other reports. There was no other incident. There was no threat of life. There was no killing. Nobody lost his or her life then when a state of emergency has been declared in Rivers State. The sole administrator that the court restrained from not to appoint the local government chairman or the people, now the local government defies the court order and started appointing. For you to know that this has nothing to do with whatever the reasons of a state of emergency declaration in the Rivers State. So now Plateau State is in need. Even the governor now is even in need of help. He can't do it now. The governor cried out that the state Boko Haram is taking over again, just like before. They thought it was okay. They kind of relaxed that okay, they are working, it's been getting better. But now governor cried out to Tinubu, your attention is needed. Do you understand? This is not just Egbetokun. Egbetokun must go. Egbetokun must go. Tinubu must go. Tinubu must not come back in 2027. These are the things. Two issues. those things needs to look into. Anyways, so really kudos to you. So not like what you're doing. We need people like you in the society to speak for the masses, to speak for the oppressed, because those police, they are in pain, as in they are in pain. They can't speak, they can't do nothing, they can't cry, they can't even, if you do anything and speak against the police, you try to express your concern, it becomes a problem for you, because you are in then APC will quote law for you that you are serving, you are in police force, you are serving, you have no right to criticize the police. Do you understand? That's why all of them, they are suffering the pains. So people need to speak for them. They don't have to speak for themselves because they can't do it. Do you understand? So just like the company where you are working, whether the company is good or bad, you have no right to criticize, to say the company is bad, to terminate the image of the company outside while you are still working under the company. So if it's not good for you, you resign. When you resign, you can have rights to talk about them. That is how it is for them. Do you understand? That's the problem. And now all the security architects have gone down. No insecurity is taking over our land. Our land. Nothing. You can't sleep and close your eyes again for your father's land, your mother's land. Everything has. In fact, very good. So really, hope they listen. Please share this video.